Ho, Tudor-minded people. It's Philadelphia Carrie for Tudor Time Machine. The word I share with you this week is Heidegyes. I shall tell you, when you are reunited with your love, nothing is finer than having a frolic. You chase your paramour chases you tumble together in a love jumble. Yet the setting of this chase must be correct. It cannot be through the shit-filled streets of London. No, ruining one's galooshes and one's gown while smelling the farts of a donkey's arse, that does not inflame the mood of love. A place of delightful ambiance is the correct choice. A palace with winding halls and secret doors. Or, even better, a garden with well-brushed stone pathways, fragrant blossoms, and a dolphin-spouting fountain, and not a servant in sight. R.B. and I snuck into such a garden. We rushed about and giggled. I am as light as a fairy on my toes, and as I sprang past the spouting water, I splashed him with my winsome hand, and then, Heidegyes, I hid. Peeping out, I saw him pose and speak with his glorious voice the sweetest words. Oh, his voice, his stance! I could not help myself. I leapt from my place singing, "Ha, ha, ha, ha! He is so delightful!"
Heidegyes. How now, Tudor Files? What think you? If you're new here, welcome to our channel. I'm Gage.
I'm Jessica.
And we're here with Philadelphia Carrie for Tudor Word of the Week.
Don't miss a word, and listen to the Tudor Time Machine Story Project. So diverting. And I pray bid you tell a ningle and ring the little YouTube bell.
Tudor Files, thank you for listening. Every one of you has the wit of Rosalind and the heart of Cordelia.
And don't be shy about writing to Philadelphia on YouTube, or please suggest a word that you're curious about, a Tudor word that you've come across that you don't know the meaning of. We really love hearing from people, and we love having suggestions.
How do you spell our Tudor Word of the Week, Philadelphia?
This word is not so easy to spell. Heidegyes. Heidegyes.
And it means in hay.
There are so many things that we do relish to do, Heidegyes. Can you not guess?
I don't want to guess. Hay makes me itch.
I don't think I want to do anything, Heidegyes. Hay makes me sneeze. I do not love hay.
Me either. It makes my nose swell up.
Oh, you are a grumpy twosome. Hay has many a purpose. We do fill mattresses with hay. I do love to rest on a haystack with my love beside me, listening as he recites to me.
He recites his lines to you? Or like the whole play?
Not his lines. R.B. does have a fine mind. Do not think him foolish because he is an actor upon the stage. He can recite many a poem, and even a sonnet. And I bethink me that he understands them too. Well, perhaps not all their subtleties, but enough. And listening to that voice, it is a fine way to while away the hours.
Well, I guess reciting poetry is not as popular now as it was in the 16th century.
But our word of the week is in a poem by John Lyly, who's a poet and playwright, and he came to prominence just before Shakespeare.
He was born in 1553 or 1554 in Kent, and he went to Oxford to study. And he did earn a degree, which really was not very common.
Right. Most people in this period, they went to Oxford very young, like at around 14, actually. And they sometimes just stayed a year or two just to simply see and be seen and to make connections.
I think there's some schools like that today.
Definitely. To see and be seen is far more important than something in some musty-dusty book. I would like to go to Oxford. It sounds marvelous.
Well, women could not get a degree from Oxford until after 1920, so it's a few years before you'll be able to attend Philadelphia.
Philadelphia will definitely need her time-traveling machine if she wants to go to Oxford. So Lyly, who was fortunate enough to go to Oxford, wrote prose, poetry, and plays, and some people consider the first book he wrote, Euphues, to be the first novel in the English language, but I think I have read that sentence many times before speaking about different books. I think there are a lot of contenders for that title. The Tale of Genji. Wait, okay, that's not in English, but Moll Flanders, Robinson Crusoe.
Maybe Tristan Shandy. I mean, we don't have to determine which was the first. We can let the academics fight it out. But Lily's book was constructed as a series of letters. So if it was a novel, it was an epistolary novel.
While reading it, I did bethink myself of Philosophatrix, for not only does it tell the story of a rake, the letters muse on matters of the heart and of the universe.
It sounds good. Maybe I should give it a read.
Yeah, read it in the Heidegyes. Yeah, I'll go to a farm. But John Lilly didn't stick with books. He started writing plays, and he actually was a pretty prominent playwright. He had 8 plays performed between 1584 and 1589. And this is kind of the early days of the Tudor theater. There's speculation that he actually wanted to be the master of the revels, but he never got that job. Edmund Tilney got it, and he stayed in that position for 31 years, because you were not going to leave that position once you got it.
Lily's first play, Endymion, is considered revolutionary, though, because he was the first person to write dialogue between characters in prose. And he was very, very popular for a few years. And I'm sure he thought it was all going to turn his way.
And he was hoping for some preferment from Queen Elizabeth. And in 1593, he wrote, 13 years your highness's servant, but yet nothing. 20 friends that though they say they will be sure, I find them sure to be slow. 1,000 hopes, but all nothing. 100 promises, but yet nothing. Thus, casting up the inventory of my friends' hopes, promises, and times, the sum total amounteth to just nothing.
I mean, it's sad.
Terrible, yeah.
He died early in the reign of James I, and he was poor and out of fashion.
Oh, ferme la bouche! You ruined the poem R.B. hath said with your tale of woe. I am not interested in John Lely. I am a fancy monger, and I have no ears to hear you.
My apologies. I'd like to hear the poem he recited for you.
I shall tell you. It is Fairy Revels. Pinch him, black and blue. Saucy mortals must not view what the Queen of Stars is doing, nor pry into our fairy wooing. Pinch him blue and pinch him black. Let him not lack sharp nails to pinch him blue and red, till sleep has rocked his addle head. For the trespass he hath done, spots o'er his flesh shall run. Kiss Endymion, kiss his eyes, then to our midnight Heidegyes. It's so delightful. Would you not like to pinch a mortal spying on fairies until he is black and blue? It makes me laugh. And is it not satisfying to give a spying fellow a very hard pinch?
I don't know. I think that's kind of a strange thing to say.
I like the poem. It's fun. And it kind of reminds me of Midsummer Night's Dream and all those fairies getting up to pinching and leading people astray and everything.
They're almost like what we think of as imps in a way. They're not beautiful and graceful. Anyway, Philadelphia, I guess you and RB would not like anyone spying on you.
No, indeed. But if I caught a spy, I would pinch until they were black and blue. So give heed, Tudorphiles. Add some 16th century sauce to your vocabulary with Heidegyes. Listen in next time. Don't miss a word. Subscribe on YouTube and give me a like.